Good morning, my friends, and welcome back to another video. Today we are continuing with the spring cleaning, and I'm going to be tackling not only the living area, but my son's play area. There's stuff everywhere right now, so don't mind that. But this is a good idea of what things are looking like. Paint that's been sitting there kind of dried up, toys everywhere. The only good piece of this is that everything has been disinfected, yay, so a little less for me to do after. But right now there's a lot of just stuff, so I need to put things where they belong before I get to cleaning. If you're like me and you're in your spring cleaning journey, you're in the right place. Welcome, I'm happy to have you. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up if you're enjoying the content, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on any more motivation. Let's get started. So happy Monday, everybody. How is everybody's start to the week? Today, as you guys can see, I'm tackling the living room, and I'm really excited to start off the week with a clean space. To me, that's always important. So a lot of stuff ends up getting piled up on the fireplace, as you guys can see, on the couches, and I really just wanted to get the space settled. This is a space we're in every day, probably, especially on the weekends, 75% of our time we're watching a movie or we're sitting, doing projects, work, bills. Across from this space is my son's play area, so it gets used a lot. This is also where our guests come, so I really like having this room done up and deep cleaned when I can. So as you guys can see, I'm taking off the pillowcases. I've had these up since Christmas. Originally was red and green, then I kept them on for the majority of this month through Valentine's Day because they were red, but those are going to go in the wash and I'll trade those out after. And I'm also taking down the curtains so I can deep clean the windows. You guys, this is what's behind the couch. So I am going to focus on the walls and stuff first, just so I can start from the top, top to bottom, clean everything up, the trim. And then I don't usually do this, but I am going to just vacuum and wash these areas first before I get started on the rest of the furniture. But this is what it's like behind your couches. For those of us who don't move it as often, let it be your friendly reminder. And I always say this, especially if you have animals or if you have kids. As you can see, I have a few things here left by my son. Behind the other couch isn't as bad, but definitely just as many crumbs. So we're going to start with the walls first, get the trim, get the bookcases all settled, and then I'll go into vacuuming this area. So I just realized during when I was recording, I said bookcases. I meant shelves. It is what it is. That being said, I am cleaning these walls, and again, this is something that I do pretty often during my spring cleans or deep cleans, and I apologize for my voice. My allergies are kind of really bothering me today. Apologize. But for those of you who are newer to my channel, welcome. My name is Sarah. I do a lot of cleaning, organizing, decluttering, things along those lines. In the summertime, I have a lot more spare time. I do school nursing and do work full-time Monday through Friday, but I am blessed to have summers off, so you'll see a lot more different content, like mom life, routines, things like that, when I'm able to upload. So I'm glad that you're here. I'm happy that you stumbled upon my channel. If you enjoy the content, don't forget to subscribe. My main goal this year is honestly to get to 1,000 subscribers. I'd honestly just really be happy with that. Um, and just to be able to keep providing the content for you. So as you guys can see, look at all the crumbs. I was so happy to vacuum this up. Behind the couches is always kind of like a crapshoot. I hate to say that, but especially if you have kids, animals, things just kind of get trapped back there. Even if you don't have kids or animals, when you live by yourself, crumbs just kind of they chill out back there. So it's always good to move the couches, clean up that area behind there. And after I vacuum, I ended up mopping the floor, which I don't typically do, but it allows me to push the couch back in place and I don't have to worry about that section after. Real quick, I decided to move a few things around. I still have to dust the fireplace, finish that up, and then technically I'd be done, but I am going to tackle the couches so they have sufficient time to dry. I moved the little trunk that has the blankets over here. I think eventually, for me anyways, I'm going to kind of declutter some of the blankets in there, move some to the bedrooms where like they kind of belong. Some down here I don't mind, and I moved this table. We originally used to have two end tables, one here and one here, and I liked the look of it. I don't know. I'm just enjoying the way this space is kind of done out for right now. I still need to get the pillowcases on there for spring, but we're going to deep clean these couches, get them all settled, and I'm just excited with how everything's turning out. So I did break out my carpet cleaner for this, and it has the upholstery tool on it, which I love. These couches had not been deep cleaned in probably about a year. There was still like a blue stain on that little armrest where my hand was resting from my son's birthday cake that I even tried like the Resolve cleaner. It would not come out. It came out with this, with that solution, and honestly, you guys can see in a couple of seconds all the dirty water and dirt that's getting sucked up from there. It was just insane. But it makes a difference. If you can clean your furniture, if your furniture is able to be cleaned, just make sure you research that. It makes such a difference, and honestly, it felt so much lighter, it smelled so much better, and this is something that I'm probably going to try and do every single season. This way, I'm keeping up with it a little bit more often. just got finished with the first couch and I'm exhausted. This does take a toll on your back, not gonna lie. I might look into the little portable green machine, but I do love my carpet cleaner, not gonna lie. So this couch is done. It's drying in different sections from where I started. I did go over some spots that looked dirtier. So I would love to see how this dries out. And then I still have to do this couch. There's a few stains on this one, just like the other one. So it'll be good to see how they dry, but already gonna be night and day difference. It smells cleaner as it is. So we're gonna see how everything looks. I'll show you guys after the fact. And then all I have to do is finish up the fireplace, vacuum the rest of the floor and wash it, and we're good. Okay, so this is what the couch did. I didn't put a ton of water to begin with in the clean tank. Just enough to do the couch because I wasn't gonna do the stairs and other cleaning today. I don't have a ton of carpet in my house, but this is everything I got off of the couch, which is pretty gross if I do say so myself. So nice reminder to clean your couches. They do have different places where you can rent sometimes the carpet cleaners. I think in the future, if we end up pulling the carpet out of my son's room, I mean, I'd probably still keep this for the stairs and stuff like that, but yeah, good amount. So next up is the fireplace, and I was really happy to finally be able to declutter everything off of here. That big stack of books that you see to the side of me, I was able to store away in a bin. Slowly but surely, we're dividing up some of the stuff that we saved for my son. I got like this big gallon thing off of Amazon, and one is going to be for him so that he can pass it on if he chooses, if he has kids in the future, or just memories for him. And then the other one is going to be for my husband and I, mementos, obviously, from when he was a baby, his childhood. And we'll just add to that as he gets older, but that's already started downstairs. And it just frees up some of the plastic bins and stuff. But I am, throwing some stuff in there. But the majority of things that we have for him and for us, if it doesn't serve us, we donate it 99% of the time, or we sell it because it's a great way to make extra cash. And, it is what it is. It's a transaction. But 99% of the time, we do donate it. So a lot of this stuff ends up on my fireplace or my kitchen table. So I was really happy to get this cleaned up. After dusting it, I did hit it with the Mrs. Meyer's. I'm just using whatever scent I have on hand, which I think is the peppermint. And it still smells clean. It cleans up, so I'm good with it. I did that for the whole fireplace, and then you'll see in a minute that that DVD case is missing. I ended up packing away the DVDs. We're not giving them away. We're going to store them upstairs in the office space. But most of it is available on the TV, Disney Plus, Paramount. So, I put it to better use. So last but not least, for my living room, I'm just vacuuming up the rest of the area. And I was so excited to just have this off of my checklist. It feels so much lighter, and removing that bookcase, honestly, it made the space feel bigger. I don't know what it is about decluttering a space. Sometimes it honestly just feels bigger, whether it's like just mental in my head, but was great to vacuum it. And then I just finished up with the spin mop, and I use boiling water and a little bit of Fabuloso. That's my choice to kind of clean my floors and stuff, although I have tried with vinegar as well, and I do like that, but sometimes the smell, if you can get over the smell, and it does go away after a while, sometimes it's a little overpowering at first, but not anything I'm not used to. We use vinegar in our cooking with fish and all that stuff, so it is what it is, but a nice clean floor and a nice clean living room. So back at it, day 2, living room still looking like it's really not been lived in. Yay. No, in all seriousness though, nobody made a mess yesterday. Yay for the little things. I did put up some spring decor too, just to kind of show you guys. I threw up some of the Easter and springtime stuff that I had instead of making a video on it. Those videos typically don't do well on my channel, which is all good. I still love to decorate. So I did throw in a few touches just to welcome in, hopefully, the warmer weather and to welcome in Easter. The area I'm focusing on today is my son's playroom. I'm probably gonna wash the walls and do a lot of the heavy, like lifting things off camera, just in terms of time, because I am starting a little bit later today. And then I'll be able to move out all the toys. We're gonna vacuum and wash the areas, wipe down the trim, the windows. And then I'm hoping to rework his area to make it work a little bit better for him. But yeah, I'll see you guys in a few. Just to show you guys, I just finished washing the walls. I'm gonna quickly just do the trim again off camera, just in terms for saving some time. But look at the mess on the floor. This is what I wanted to show you all. It's been a hot minute since I've moved all of his toys because he does have quite a bit here. The carpet is a hot mess. We're gonna be vacuuming this and throwing it in the wash because it's a ruggable. Just messes kind of everywhere. Very thick layer of dust, as you guys can see. Lots to clean up. So definitely once I'm done with the trim, getting the windows done. I don't know if you guys can see this on camera because of the glare, but there's a lot of fingerprints on this window for my son. This is typically where his table and chair is because he likes to look out the window when he's eating. And clearly we put fingerprints on the window. It's all good. So I'm going to clean all that up and then I'm going to get to vacuuming and we will go from there. So I started off with vacuuming those sections that had visible dust, crumbs. Majority of it was crumbs, if I'm being honest. And I just took my time with this because I didn't want to miss anything. I don't deep clean this area the way I'm doing all the time, probably a couple times a year. Do I go through his toys, disinfect and clean that? Absolutely. I had just done it a few days prior, which is why I didn't put the majority of that on film because I had already done it. And you guys know I went and washed the walls off camera just in terms of saving time because I had other things I had to do this day. But everything still gets a deep clean. I do the same in each and every room so that I know, hey, everything's all set. But this rug was so filthy, it's not even funny. I tend to, if I'm deep cleaning a space or, really cleaning it, maybe not doing the trim, the windows, the walls, but I will always vacuum this rug, pull it apart and wash it. It's a ruggable, it's meant to go in the wash, and I've never had a bad experience with it. I swear by these. You can get the padding that I'm about to vacuum. You can get it a little bit thicker, almost like a foamy pattern, if you're, or consistency, I should say, and it'll bulk up the carpet a little bit. This is just flatter and it's fine, but the carpet sticks to it. I've not had an issue in the wash. It's not shrunk when it goes in the dryer. It's been a great experience, and it's been through a lot, especially when my son was a little bit younger. It's been through vomit, diarrhea, other bodily fluids. It's been through spilled food, milk, paint, you name it, and it still comes out good. Again, this is not sponsored or anything. I just really enjoy the ruggable, and I think it's a great option if you're doing a kid's area or just an area that gets heavy foot traffic because you can easily clean it. So once I was done with that, I went in and washed that section of the floor just to have everything reset. As you can see, my mop head is steaming. I put boiling water, and again, that's my preference when I'm cleaning the floor. Once that was done, I got to the other projects in that area. So this is the fun part about what I get to do for his play area. I repurposed this bookshelf. If you guys remember from the living room earlier, I had all the DVDs on here. Most of what we watch is on Disney Plus, Paramount, things like that. And we're not throwing out the DVDs because there's some that's just not available on there that are close to our hearts that we still love those movies. We just don't have access to them. So we're just saving them. They're in a box. They're going to be put upstairs in the office space once that's redone. But I wanted to repurpose this, and he had so many books kind of coming out of his little basket that was previously used when he was a baby, and then early toddler years upstairs with diapers and stuff. We repurposed it, put the books in there. It quickly outgrew that. So what I wanted to do is kind of put this in here. He has some books that he likes to read, and kind of just use this as extra storage for right now. And I think overall, I still really like that as an idea, I will say. We just kind of keep this open and keep it there. So this right now is just extra storage. Does it look super pretty? No, but it has, you know, everything he might need. I'm gonna redo this area a little bit. I usually change it up almost every single time I clean it, but I wanted things that kind of correlated for here. I do have a world map book that I'm gonna bring down that goes over, you know, different parts of the world. I have one for the United States I'm gonna bring down here, and then the money, which we're starting to learn about because he plays with it at daycare and preschool. I have little cash registers, so things that kind of go will be the little center there. It has games. That's my focus, my goal right now until I can figure out how I'm gonna kind of make this center out to be. So I started moving things in place, and when you first look at it, like as I'm sitting on the living room couch, it almost looks busier, but it's more functional, I feel like. So I'm happy with that until, you know, he grows out of that phase. He's a child. He's going to be 4. To me, let him have the toys everywhere. You know, I try and clean up as best I can, but if it looks semi-dysfunctional, it is what it is. I know he's living his best life, his childhood, and doing what he needs to do. Fun fact, this kitchen was mine when I was growing up. My parents saved it for me, and I'm so happy that they did. I'll mention it later in the video, but he uses this every day. It's a great teaching tool. It's great for imaginative play, but full disclosure, it gets really, really dusty and dirty. So I did go through, this is the one thing I didn't get to disinfect that day, that I did like his whole toy bin storage, his table, all that stuff. I didn't get to do the kitchen, so I just took a Clorox wipe, wiped down everything that I could get to disinfect it before I went and put it back in his space. Right, so this is what we're working with. I'm still waiting on his rug. It's in the dryer for right now. This is the setup I have thus far. It changes every time I clean his play area. I kid you not, I change things up. He does not care in the slightest. I'm keeping the chair where it was previously because it has good access to the TV. I've had it in that corner after Snowflake passed away. I've had it in that corner. I don't know. I feel like that corner is still doable. The person can see the TV, but over here kind of makes the most sense. I did change the easel. That was actually mine when I was a kid. My parents saved it for me, and I'm so happy they did. This was previously in the corner, and I did put it here, so now he can access both sides. The chalkboard was kind of towards the corner, and he never kind of went back there. Now he can kind of do both. I still have some of the stuffies and things hidden underneath, which he has no problem accessing. Yeah, I'm not worried about that. In terms of the kitchen, it's moved here, there, and everywhere. It's been here. It's been there. It's been in the previous corner. I moved it back to its original spot. He's going to access it regardless. He loves Hell's Kitchen, Iron Chef, that he'll watch with us. It's a great way for us to teach him how we do things in the kitchen. He'll mimic what we're doing in the kitchen. And he also, names off, I'm making this, I'm doing that, I'm setting up the table. And great practice and great for imaginary play. I've kept all the posters on here. To be honest with you, I did change some of them. So the ones that are towards the bottom are things that we're working on. He knows the parts of his body. He pretty much can identify anything with the weather. The months of the year we're working on, days of the week, because we do it in both English and Portuguese. He's getting much better with that. Emotions he's pretty good on, but I put it next to the paint, Emotion, you guys know what I'm trying to say. That being said, I put the alphabet and the 1 to 100 because we're working on that, as well as a solar system. He knows his colors. He knows 1 through 10, can group things, and he knows his shapes. We're also working on time. That's going to take us a little bit longer, I think, but it is what it is. Some of the posters are hidden for now, but we play with, can't see that, sorry about that. We play with this pirate ship literally every day. So I don't see that being an issue. But this is a setup we have. I will do a final walkthrough once the rug comes back up and I can place the table and chairs back in their spot. But for right now, it's still easy access for him because he likes to go back and forth. And yeah, it's a new setup, but I think it'll work well for him.